What's up, guys? We're speaking into the iPad here. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Eddie, and Father Michael. Father, you're here assisting my good buddy, Father Richard, as he's out of town on vacay.
Yes. Yep. Hopefully he's doing well and enjoying his week off, right?
Well, hopefully so. Yeah, he deserves a week off like the rest of us, you know? Yeah, all right, so just to tell folks a little bit, and that actually allows me to segue into what we're doing exactly here. And there's a little wind going on with our drone, but I think we're okay. So you're going to be here on behalf of Father Richard, and give him a shout out. What's up, Father Richard?
Hey, Father Richard.
So what we're doing is we're going to be inspecting the roofs that we just finished. I'm with Litespeed Construction, by the way, guys. So the roofs that we just finished are over here at St. John's Church in Waynesville, North Carolina. I like to play a little quiz game, and you can play too, Eddie.
I'm all right.
There's no quizzing for you?
Well, I'm all good.
You're just along for the ride?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Well, fair enough. You might be the lifeline. We might use. So here's a quiz game. Here's the quiz game. You, Father Michael, get to ask me any question about roofing or gutters that comes to your mind, and you're trying to stump me. So the harder, the better. Historical questions about roof and gutters, and I might call my lifeline here if it gets too laborious. I'm going to ask you any questions I can think of about the Catholic Church and about the Bible and theology and faith. So with that said, guys, let me I'm going to go ahead and take her out so you guys can see the area. Now we actually I'm going to give you a little background on the project here. If you scan over, this is the roof that we actually just finished right there. If you look, let's see here, down towards the bottom portion of the roof, there's going to be a membrane style gutter there. And let's see if I can come in on that a little bit. There's our membrane gutter right there. We've got two drains on either side that's going to be right and left. And then obviously there's shingles above that. Just a little bit of history about the church, a little resume here so that I can maybe formulate a question or two, Father Michael.
The church building that we're actually looking at, you know, built obviously quite a few decades ago, and it's been updated with a new church right next to it. Our old church we're renovating to be a youth center, and we have a lot of different things we can take advantage of because it's such a beautiful building. We'd hate to see it not in use. So
Yep.
as we're in this building, which served God's purposes for many years, is going to keep serving our church community here for many more to come. And this roof was certainly something very necessary to do to make that happen. So right now you see in front of our church, normally there wouldn't be a fire pit, but we've got a youth group meeting here. So kids love nighttime stories around the campfire with Father Richard. So that's what we're using the front of the parish there for. Now you see.
What folks may not know about Father Richard, man, Father Richard was a commando in the service, and that guy looks like he could do 1,000 push-ups in a day if he wanted to as well.
Yeah, he was an Army Ranger.
Was he a Ranger?
He was an Army Ranger. I entered the seminary with him.
Okay.
And I remember him coming right out of Army Rangers to join the seminary. Man, we couldn't really keep up with him when we would go for runs and things. He was always quite the leader in the physical area there.
How do you do, man? Tip top. Would you like to ask us any questions about your new roof that we just finished? We're on video here. You're really not going to be seen. You can be heard though if you have any questions. You guys. Yeah, that's Father Michael right there.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Griffin.
Jan, nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you. No, you've done a beautiful job.
Thank you, Jan. We really appreciate it. My name's Kirby, by the way, and this is my buddy Eddie.
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
you all have worked so well here, and you're so pleasant and very kind. So you do a great job, and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much, Jan. Cameras capturing that. That's very gracious. I hope we weren't y'all's way too much.
No.
We started off, I don't know if you know, with Immaculate Conception Church in Canton. It's right up the road. And okay, cool. That's a steep roof. Yes, ma'am, it is. Yeah. You're okay.
It's all live.
We'll lie and say it was somebody else.
Thank you. Just cover my face.
No, the face is up. That showing off the new roof here. So now Father Michael and I have a quiz game going on. That we're just
So
about
here's
to
my
start.
question for you,
Okay.
Kirby. I'm going to stump you on this one.
All right, let's have it.
Have you ever done slate roofs?
Nope, I've never. I would love to lie, you know, and say that. Oh yeah, I do them all the time. Call us, and we'll never done one. And here's the reason why. Is that, and I don't know. Is that a stump? Am I stumped? Because you can win if you.
Well,
I get the. It's like the NFL though. I
It's
get
a
a.
preemptive strike. I'm just getting the information
Okay,
to stump
okay,
you in
I
a
got
second
you.
here.
Yep, I've never. So you could stump me on slate roofs, and that is.
Have you ever had to
certainly-
take one off?
I'm trying to think. I've taken off plenty of wood shake roofs, never a slate roof. The average life on a slate roof, one of the things that's attractive about them is they last about 100 years.
Uh-huh. Okay, that was my stump question for you.
Around 100 years, they last so long. I'll go ahead and answer this question since it's some question. Being in the church, I can imagine that's a question that comes up. There's two things about slate roofs these days. Number one, folks are they're creating a shingle out of asphalt and that's many companies are doing this across the board to create a slate looking type shingle. And the reason for that is that slate roofs are so expensive. They are the price of shingles. And a lot of folks don't want to commit that. And the other big mention on slate roofs is that you want a copper nail to go into a slate roof. That's number one, because copper lasts longer than any of the other steel nails, even galvanic type steel. It's not going to last long enough to outlast a slate roof, right? The nails will go bad before the roof. A lot of folks don't know that. You need to have a solid wood, not a glued board, like most 99.999% of boards out there, Father Michael, are glued boards. So those are a couple of additional costs when folks are like, oh, I want a slate roof.
So could some of those slate tiles be used to repair a slate roof? If you just want to put a few patches in it, would you be able to mix slate looking tiles with an actual slate roof if you had to fix just a spot on a roof?
Yeah, people fix slate roofs all the time. Not exactly our market, and it's not that we don't want to do the work. It's just that it's so expensive in our markets. We haven't had a lot of attraction to that. I don't know if you guys come across a lot of Eddie's company does a lot of gutter work.
I don't like getting on a slate roof. We have to do it strictly off the ladders because if you get on there, then
can break them probably.
the slate roofs are actually nailed underneath the panels above, and they're fastened with screws, and they have like slots. So it's sort of like installing siding or something like that. And you have to have a special tool to change the slate, to the hook tool to reach up there and take the slate off. I do know that AAC and some other companies have a slate knockoff shingle that's like a rubberized, real thick, about as thick as the slate, and it's like a vinyl piece of something that you can actually do roof that looks like slate. It's a similarity of slate. I don't know how expensive it is, and I've not ever done it, but I've seen the roofs and I've done gutter work where the roofs are, but I don't like getting up on there because it's a dangerous thing to. And not only would you slide and fall off, but you could damage the slate.
You can crack them and stuff,
crack
no
them.
We did work on a slate roof in Asheville last 2 weeks ago, and so it's interesting that they had a gutter system that's similar to St. John's here, where the roof fell into gutters that were built into the roof. And they're doing a service.
And I hate to interrupt, but this lady that came around the corner,
Please don't follow me.
Do you know how I don't know how to put it in once and how to do both sides? I can do it one side and then turn over and do the other side. But I didn't know if you knew how to do it.
I don't. I mean, I've never even seen the copier here.
Okay, well, I'll just do it this way.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
sorry.
to interrupt you.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
you're
I've
good, Jay.
never used it here, so I wouldn't know what to do. All right. Okay. You are. Yeah.
oh, you're fine, man.
What's better? I mean, the way that roof is designed, would that be a more efficient way for the gutters than having the roof just spill right over the side? And I mean, because it looks like that's going to get clogged with lots of branches and twigs and things, and it's not going to go anywhere. So then you're going to have to be cleaning it out more.
Well, so to speak to that, we have two drains on each side. So there's gutters left and there's gutters right. I'm still learning the drone here, so I haven't really taken it over out of sight to the other side of the church. But if you're looking down and seeing the white portion on the video, that is a membrane style gutter, right? And what occurred on the construction here is for one reason or another, the folks building this didn't want to show gutters. They thought it would represent differently, so they put walls on all the sides of this roof. And what that does is it creates a trough or a gutter inside of the roofing system. There's been a number of different products since this roof was invented. They might have had copper type product, which the Slate roof I was mentioning recently was copper gutters that were leaking real good. And we did repairs to the gutters with commercial roofing tape, similar to what we did here. But this roof has 2 drains, and you can see them coming out of the wall. Let me see if I can.
They haven't been finished yet. Obviously,
We're finishing them today. Yes, today's the day. Let's see if you can see. There's one of the drains right there. Let's see. I'm trying to go in here. There we go. So that drain's actually going to drain that membrane roof and that gutter, and it's going to drain it into a standard style gutter system. That is let's see, I'm trying to get oriented here. Yep, and there's the other drain right there, right past the flagpole. But the gutters, we actually pitched the membrane so that it wouldn't stand.
Okay, so you're not going to have a trough just holding water up there, kind of getting clogged up for whatever reason. It just seems like
all right. I've got a question for you.
All right.
Biblical question. How many books are there in the Bible?
in the Catholic Bible. It has more than some of the other ones. There's 46 in the Old Testament, 27 in the New Testament.
What's your favorite book of the Bible?
My favorite book of the Bible is the Song of Songs in the Old Testament, the Song of Solomon.
Solomon wrote it.
That's the book that has it's been understood as the book with the most commentaries, like other books have been written about it, than any other book in the Bible. So that's the most, the one that the theologians most talk about when they're doing biblical studies.
Who wrote the book of Genesis?
God did.
I can tell. God did.
No, I did not. You did not trump me. God did. And it was probably not Moses that a lot of people would say he wrote.
No. That's who I thought it was. I was like Moses wrote the
Pentateuch.
Moses.
The first 5 books of the, it's attributed to him, but it's most likely a group of people over many centuries. But God's the primary author, and he used a bunch of human instruments in the middle of it, in the making of it. But okay,
Well,
you're running out of battery here.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a pass on that one. Yep, I need to set it down. Thank you so much for playing the quiz game. We're going to call it
out here.
All right, man. Well, I enjoyed it. Yeah, God bless you. Thank you very much. Guys, thank you so much for viewing. Kirby Smith with Litespeed Construction here in Waynesville, North Carolina. Call us if we can help with your next roof or gutter project. Let's see where I'm at to give the final shout out. That was me. I just passed myself. What's up, guys? Anyway, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and land now.
Landing.
Take care. God bless. And be safe on your roofs. And if you guys are in Waynesville and are looking for a great church, St. John's or Immaculate Conception in Canton. We've gotten through roofing both. Look forward to showing you guys the IC video here in the next week or so. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day. God bless.